is enough said.
What's up, Heat Nation? Happy Thursday. Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Before we get started, guys, please smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Really goes a long way and helps me out. Now we're going to get ready to rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure like we always do, guys. And today I feel like I got a goodie for you, because today is officially the first day of Donovan Mitchell Watch. Yes, we are back at it again. Last year, we had an entire summer of the Damian Lillard Watch. In this offseason, it's officially the Donovan Mitchell Watch. And why is that? Well, because last night, the Boston Celtics defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers. They win the series 4-1 and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. So Cleveland's season is over. Now, with that, it's like I mentioned recently in my video a few days ago. If the Cleveland Cavaliers lose to the Boston Celtics in the second round, it's very likely that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to look to trading Donovan Mitchell this offseason. Now, I've mentioned it before, but to give you guys a quick recap, the Cleveland Cavaliers traded for Donovan Mitchell back in 2022. They gave up a lot of assets to get this guy. He didn't particularly want to go there. The choices were the Miami Heat, the New York Knicks, or the Brooklyn Nets. He got traded to Cleveland. It was the highest bidder. Since then, Cleveland has offered Donovan Mitchell 3 different contract extensions. He is eligible for a 4-year, $204 million extension. And Donovan Mitchell has not signed the extension. He's turned down all 3 extensions, which leads everybody to believe that now that he's going into the final year of his contract before his player option, so technically there's 2 years left, but we all know the final year before the player option is when a player either looks to extend or a team trades him so they don't lose him for nothing. It's just the way the NBA works. Now, there was a recent report by Brian Windhorst on ESPN a couple of days ago where he said that there are 4 teams that are expected to line up for Donovan Mitchell. The LA Lakers, the Brooklyn Nets, the Houston Rockets, and of course, the Miami Heat. So there's going to be competition for Mitchell offseason. It's not going to be like last season. Last offseason, Damian Lillard requested a trade, and he said he wanted to go specifically to the Miami Heat. And he still didn't come here because offseason, the Heat and the Blazers were basically playing a game of chicken. Nobody let up. Pat Riley was stuck on Tyler Hero's the best you're going to get. He was not willing to throw in all of his assets because he felt like he didn't need to. In return, Portland didn't want to deal Damian Lillard to Miami because Damian Lillard pretty much shot him in the foot when he said Miami or bust. So the Heat weren't willing to go all in. Portland wasn't willing to send Damian Lillard to Miami. So that's pretty much what happened. Now this offseason, you don't have any of that. Damian Lillard has 1, not requested a trade, and 2, has not requested to go to Miami. We do know that Damian Lillard and the Miami Heat have had interest with each other, similar interests, for years now. Bam Adebayo and Donovan Mitchell are close friends. They played together in the Miami Pro League in the offseason. Donovan Mitchell spends his off seasons down here, hangs out with Bam Adebayo. We know it would work. Now, here's the thing. Here's the difference with this offseason. The Miami Heat need to make a decision. You either run it back with your roster because you believe that this current team, the way it's constructed, can compete for a championship. And honestly, guys, the way the Eastern Conference played this year, the Miami Heat do have a shot if they're fully healthy. But trading for a guy like Donovan Mitchell takes you from, in my opinion, one of the top 4 to 5 teams that can possibly contend to you're a top 2-3 team. And now you're a contender for an NBA championship. That's what trading for Donovan Mitchell does for your team. But the question needs to be asked. Is the Miami Heat willing to go all in for Donovan Mitchell? They weren't last year with Damian Lillard because they felt like they didn't have to. But now this offseason, maybe the fact that they're going to have competition for Donovan Mitchell and the fact that Jimmy Butler is going to turn 35 in September shows Miami this is their last shot. So do you want to spend Jimmy Butler's last shot in his prime with Tyler Hero? Or do you want to spend Jimmy Butler's last shot with Donovan Mitchell? In order to get Donovan Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen, it was recently reported that the Cleveland Cavaliers are interested in both Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Nikola Jovic. Now, I know that's a steep price, but from what we learned last year, especially with the whole trading for Damian Lillard, we didn't go all in. We didn't trade for Lillard, and look at the regular season that we had. We know that Jimmy Butler's not going to play 82 games next year, whether he gets a contract extension or not. Unless that contract extension is performance and incentive based, we know he's not going to play a full 82 games. So you know what you get from Jimmy Butler, 55 to 65 games in the regular season. It's not enough. We need a guy, and I've mentioned this so many times before, but we need a guy that can hold it down through the regular season. A leader that can give us 70 to 75 games at least, and be a contributing factor with Bam Adebayo and Terry Rozier. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Donovan Mitchell. Let's just look at his numbers. This regular season, he played only 55 games due to injury, so that is something to look at, but he's only 27 years old, you guys. And he's going to be playing down here in South Beach. I think he'll be more motivated. But in 55 games, look at his averages. 26.6 points a game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, almost 2 steals a game, 46% from the field, 36% from the three-point line, 86% from the field. This guy gives us everything we need. Scoring firepower, three-point shooting, rebounding from a guard, and he can distribute the ball hella nice. And in the playoffs, he upped his averages to 30 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 4.7 assists because he was scoring more, and similar numbers from the field, three-point line, and free throw. So this guy turns it up in the playoffs, and this is going to hugely help alleviate Jimmy Butler. I feel that a team with Donovan Mitchell, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo led, those 3 guys can carry us to an NBA championship. Now, the question is, what are we willing to give up? What are we willing to give up in a trade? Now, remember, guys, the Miami Heat are a first apron team. So the trades that you're going to make have to fall under the 125% plus $100,000 rule. So you got to kind of match salaries if you're going to make this trade. You can't take a huge amount back, or you can't send a huge amount back. It can't be a lopsided trade. You got to meet numbers. So I devised a trade package that will work, and I want to get your guys' opinions. Because for Donovan Mitchell, if you're going to compete with Brooklyn, Houston, and LA, Brooklyn has a shitload of draft picks. Houston has draft picks. Lakers, not so much, but the Lakers, it's the Lakers, so it's enticing. But you're really going to be competing with Brooklyn and Houston for draft picks. Mainly Brooklyn. Brooklyn's the one that worries me because they can make a better offer than we can. So it's really up to Damian Lillard and Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers. So here's the trade incentive I came out. Heat fans, I know you're probably going to be upset, but it's for Donovan Mitchell. And what we learned last offseason, for this guy, it's time to go all in. Here's how you go all in. Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Nikola Jovic, maybe a filler. Maybe it could be Jovic or Jaquez. Maybe. Doubtful. You can, have Thomas Bryant or Kevin Love opt in their player option to send them to Cleveland. You don't really have to. That's only if you're able to trade Jaquez or Jovic. Chances are you're going to have to add both of them. So let's say worst case scenario. Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez Jr., 2 to 3 future first round draft picks. Maybe one of them is a pick swap for Donovan Mitchell. Now I know a lot of people are going to seem like, Ernest, that's way too much. There's no way I'm going to give up my future. There's no way we should give up the future. Jaime Jaquez and Nikola Jovic are the future. True, but also wrong. Because we have a guy who is our present and our future. And Donovan Mitchell will be that as well. Bam Adebayo and Donovan Mitchell are 27 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, they still have 5 to 6 years left of their prime. Yes, trading Jaime Jaquez and Nikola Jovic hampers our future into the 2030s. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is about winning a championship. Since we traded for Jimmy Butler in 2019 and we had that run to the NBA Finals in 2020, the main objective every year is to try to put another year on that banner. We haven't been able to do so because of injuries. That's the main reason, injuries. So we need to fix this team. We've seen the Miami Heat retool before. You saw it in the 90s era when the Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway teams just couldn't do it. So they traded Jamal Mashburn and got Eddie Jones. In 2005, Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal, and Eddie Jones couldn't cut it. They couldn't get past that hump. So you traded Eddie Jones and you got players like Jason Williams, you got Antoine Walker, James Posey, Gary Payton, and you won a championship. In 2011, the Miami Heat could not win the championship with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, so they retooled. They added guys like Shane Battier, Ray Allen, Norris Cole, Rashard Lewis, Chris Birdman Anderson. I think it's time for the Miami Heat to retool this team. Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo have been together for 5 years now. We have gotten to 3 Eastern Conference championships, 2 NBA Finals, 0 rings. It is time for a change. And to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I know what people are going to say. We're going to probably lose Caleb. We're probably going to lose Haywood Highsmith and Caleb Martin. We're probably going to lose those guys. Who knows if Kevin Love and DeLon Wright will be back. Now you're trading Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. for one guy, Donovan Mitchell. It's going to hamper our team next season. Not exactly. Because if you make a trade for Donovan Mitchell, you guys, and you center a team around Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, you're going to be able to bring back guys like DeLon Wright and Kevin Love. I think they'll re-sign. Then you also have your $5.1 million tax mid-level exception. I'm sure that a lot of players that are valued anywhere from $8 to $10 million, like an Isaac Okoro from Cleveland, or maybe other players, will take a little bit less money to come to Miami. First and foremost, there's no state taxes. So a lot of the money that they're going to get from other teams, whether it be like 8 to 10 million, a lot of that gets cut out in state taxes. We don't have that. You're also playing in sunny South Beach. You're also playing for the best coach in the NBA, in my opinion, Eric Spoelstra. And players, veteran players, are going to take less. Kind of like what Josh Richardson and Thomas Bryant did last year. They're going to take less minimum contracts to come here and win a ring. That's what Donovan Mitchell does. That's what trading for Donovan Mitchell does. Yes, it sucks losing Nikola Jovic and Jaime Jaquez Jr., but for a guy like Donovan Mitchell, with this roster, with Eric Spoelstra, with sunny South Beach, with the fact that I know if you trade for Donovan Mitchell, more players will come here for less money to win, tells me that the Miami Heat should go all in for Donovan Mitchell this offseason. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about all this? Do you think that Donovan Mitchell is that guy we need to get? And if so, would you be willing to give up both Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Nikola Jovic? I know a lot of you are going to come up with other packages. I know a lot of you are going to say things like, I don't want to give up Jaquez and Jovic. We're probably going to have to. So if on draft day, you guys see this trade, Tyler Hero, our 15th draft pick, Jovic, Jaquez, and 2 future first-round draft picks, how would you wake up the next morning feeling? Let me know in the comments what you think, you guys. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We on the road to 4,000 subscribers. We almost there, so I need all hands on deck. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love y'all. Enjoy your day, and got a surprise for you, y'all. Myself and Anthony DiNardo are doing another collaboration for you guys. We got a video coming out either tomorrow or Saturday. So keep an eye out for that, because I'm always trying to do different things for you guys. Thank y'all. Enjoy your Thursday. And that is enough said. Let's go Heat.